Hey guys, welcome back to the Network Podcast. And today we're back at, what you're smoking on, and we're doing a live podcast screen review. Brands are here. And today I'm talking to,
Mass Craft Botanicals. Let's go.
man, how long you been in the cannabis industry?
I've been cultivating for probably like 15 years now, but, legacy guy. So I've been out there, with the packs doing it.
And how long have you had a passion for cannabis as well?
Probably since my teens, man. Fell in love with the plant right away, realized it was something special, and it's honestly saved me from a toxic lifestyle at one point in my life, and I will always be super grateful for this plant.
And I also got a question for you as well about the Stop the Repeal. I know you've been seeing that going on as well. How you feel about that whole situation with the Stop the Repeal voting and what's going down in November?
I think that's a bunch of BS. In my opinion, which, I'm just a pleb, but that's just a ploy by the alcohol industry and, big alcohol to, try to, they've been losing market share. More people are smoking, less people are drinking, and they're aware of that, but it won't go anywhere. There's too much money coming in the state, too much infrastructure already, investment, and the network's built. So in my opinion, it ain't going anywhere, but the vote is ridiculous.
That's crazy. So what's one of your favorite strains that either, you personally grew or, you smoked before? So you remember a strain that you like, oh, I got to come back to this, or like you spent around on twice?
Yeah, man, this is like an obscure, shout out to State Fly Farms, Original Gangster. They had this Garlicot, which was a very unique cross. It was Legend Orange OG Apricot with GMO, and that was just crazy. I pheno hunted through that and found some insane phenos with like super unique profiles. And yeah, that was just like a unicorn that I lost, man, but I was in love with that one.
Okay. Also, another question that I have for you about cannabis is, what do you say to someone that wants to get into the cannabis industry? What's some advice that you have for them to get inside the cannabis industry if they want to start their journey?
Well, I'm green, bro. I just jumped in the cannabis industry, a few months ago, the industry, quote unquote. But like I said, I'm before that, a legacy guy, cultivator, 15 years, passionate, always trying to learn. But coming in, it's, like I said, I'm green, man, but just go hard, good work ethic, be willing to learn, and you'll go places, show that you're passionate and you care. And hopefully you'll partner up with the right company that will take care of you.
Okay, when it comes to the cannabis industry, when did you actually say, like, all right, this is it. This is what I want to do. This is my passion. I'm going all the way in, and nobody's going to fucking stop me. When did you say that?
Oh, man. This is like a long-winded question. I'm just going to have to give you, like, the short answer on this one. But, in the caregiver market, I was, a very passionate caregiver and have been running facilities up to 100 lights plus, allegedly, for years. And
Allegedly.
It was unfortunately just like the market environment. And like at the end of the day, there is a connoisseur market in Massachusetts, and that's how I tried to position my brand. But the cost of production didn't outweigh the risk factors. And, I had to break my facility down that I just took the last 2 years building and really going hard on, and it was very bittersweet for me. And this transition to the legal industry was like because of that, and like, to be honest with you, also as a revelation from that, it's like if I'm really trying to like perfect my craft and like be the best cultivator I can and grow the best medicine and follow this plant, it's like the natural progression is into one of these facilities built out like a spaceship with all the highest technology, which can allow me to like perfect my shit. You know what I mean?
Exactly. So what was the hardest thing about getting into the cannabis industry or even starting? You know what I mean? What was the hardest part? Do you remember?
Pay cut. Nah. It was a lot, man. I've heard like horror stories about this industry, and to be honest with you, I don't like the way that the industry was initially rolled out. I felt like a lot of the smaller operations, mom and pops, are shut out, and it got taken over by big industry too early, and then now they're the gatekeepers. So I was very apprehensive about jumping in, but I partnered with the right company. They got great ownership, and yeah, man, it wasn't all that I thought it was, or wasn't, you know what I mean? I had some like thoughts, but it's a lot better than what I thought.
And what do you have to say about collaboration inside of the cannabis industry as well? What's your thoughts on collabing?
Key, so important. Collaborations, working, synergy, building together. is a much healthier form of competition than trying to undercut and all this other stuff that's really happening out there. That's you know what I mean, less than satisfactory in my opinion.
No, for real. I think it's all about collabing. If you're not collabing, then what are you really doing? Also, my question for you about, finding the right person to collab with. How do when it's the right person to collaborate? Do you know how to address that or seek that?
I don't know. That can be tough. It can be tough because I've been in a lot of partnerships in as far as like cultivation partners, which like sometimes can be challenging, even if, your friends and everything else. But it's not always like that. And yeah, you just got to like set expectations, goals, and especially an exit strategy if things are to go wrong. So everything works out at the end and doesn't become a meltdown.
And can you please shout out your brand again and where they can find this brand? Because I'm liking the brand. I'm actually about to smoke some of the flower like right now. So what's the brand called? Why'd you start it? Just tell us a little bit about your branding and stuff like that. Talk to us.
Yeah. So it's Mass Craft Botanicals, and it just started as it's still just something real small. It's just my own personal side project, and I'm just trying to purvey some of the best flower I can through cultivation and partners, and it's for the patients. I'm a patient and consider myself a caregiver as well, and yeah, man, this was built out of love, and it's just about trying to produce and purvey the best flower possible medically and for connoisseur-grade palates.
Come on. Man, we was in the building. If you guys are just now joining, we're on the Network Podcast, and we're at What You're Smoking On Podcast. And we're talking with, cannabis enthusiasts, brands, anything. Is there any final words you want to say to the people before we get up out of here?
Respect the plant, man. I love this plant, and I hope everyone else does as well. It heals.
Let's go. We're out of here. Let's go.